Good morning. You are listening to UpReach, a morning devotional presented by the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee, to encourage you as you face the opportunities and challenges of today. Let's begin this day together with some inspiring thoughts from God's holy word. Either make the tree good and its fruit good, or else make the tree bad and its fruit bad. For a tree is known by its fruit. Brood of vipers, how can you, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure brings forth evil things. But I say to you that for every idle word men may speak, they will give account of it in the day of judgment. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. Matthew chapter 12, verses 33 through 37. There is somebody listening every time we speak, and surely that is a very good reason for being very careful how we speak. When we speak an ugly, unclean, impure word, someone hears it, and it sticks in someone's mind. Old Thomas Fuller once said sadly, "Almost 20 years ago I heard a profane jest, and still remember it. How many pious passages of a far later date have I forgotten?" The profane jest had stuck. We can see this happen. It can happen that, to our shocked surprise, a child will suddenly utter an ugly word that he had overheard in the street, and which he is not supposed to hear. We speak a word. That word goes out. The poet has said, 3 things come not back: the spoken word, the spent arrow, and the lost opportunity. The next time we are about to say something which is not fitting to say, let us remember that we do not know who may be listening. When we speak a fine and a true word, when we speak a word for Jesus Christ, someone hears it. The classic example of this is what happened to John Bunyan. One day in Bedford he heard 3 or 4 poor women talking as they sat at a door in the sun. At that time he himself was a brisk talker and had a surface veneer of religion. They were far above, out of my reach. Their talk was about new birth, the work of God on their hearts, and of their own righteousness, as filthy and insufficient to do them any good. And methought they spoke as if joy did make them speak. They spoke with such pleasantness of Scripture language. And Bunyan's heart began to shake. It was because he heard the talk of these poor women sitting at the door that Bunyan found not half the way, but the whole way of God. When we say a fine thing, rebuke an evil thing, commend a good thing, someone is listening. And that very word of ours may be the thing which turns the scale of their hearts, which saves them from temptation, which sets them on the way to God, which lodges in their hearts, and, maybe many days or years afterwards, is the memory which saves their souls. We know that one is listening, and that one is Jesus Christ. He is the hearer of every word we speak. Jesus himself said, "But I say to you that for every idle word men may speak, they will give account of it in the day of judgment. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned." Matthew chapter 12, verses 36 and 37. What about you today? Are you carefully guarding your tongue and controlling the things you say? Remember, words can have a very powerful influence upon the lives of others, for good or for bad. Why not ask God to use you and to speak through you today, so that your words may affect someone you encounter in a positive way? This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. I hope to see you there. Have a blessed day.
How shall the young secure their